morning light filters through the curtains drawn. Your smile signals that
In the first episode of Marry My Husband, we are introduced to the protagonist, a woman named Han Seo-hee, who finds herself trapped in an unfulfilling marriage with her husband, Lee Jun-woo. The story begins with a reflective tone, highlighting Seo-hee's dissatisfaction with her life. She feels suffocated in her role as a dutiful wife, unable to express her true self or pursue her own dreams. The weight of societal expectations looms large, and Seo-hee grapples with the monotony of her daily existence. As the episode unfolds, we witness a pivotal moment when Seo-hee confronts her husband about his lack of commitment and emotional distance. Jun-woo, absorbed in his own world, dismisses her feelings, showcasing the deepening rift in their relationship. This confrontation serves as a catalyst for Seo-hee, igniting a longing for change and the realization that she deserves more than the life she has settled for. In a surprising twist, Seo-hee finds herself in a dreamlike scenario where she meets a charismatic man named Seo-jun. This encounter sparks a glimmer of hope and possibility, as Jun embodies the qualities she yearns for: kindness, understanding, and passion. Their chemistry is palpable, providing a stark contrast to her stale marriage. Seo-hee begins to question her choices and the life she has been leading, contemplating what it would be like to break free from her constraints. The episode closes on an intriguing note, with Seo-hee left at a crossroads, torn between the safety of her current life and the allure of a new beginning. The stage is set for her journey of self-discovery and empowerment, leaving readers eager to see how she navigates the complexities of love, marriage, and personal fulfillment. You said, Tom tat tap one kua cow trian ne bang don ban kai tiet de hap dan loi gun 5002 tiang anju toi. Thay the 10 kag nyan vat bang 10 noi my ne. https://www.webtoons.com/n/romance/marry-my-husband/list ? Title _no equals 4572. ChatGPT said. ChatGPT, here's a detailed and engaging summary of the first episode of Marry My Husband, using American names for the characters. Detailed summary of episode 1 of Marry My Husband. In the bustling city of New York, we meet Emily Han, a woman in her early 30s who feels trapped in a life that no longer brings her joy. Despite her seemingly perfect marriage to Michael Lee, a successful businessman, Emily is plagued by a deep sense of dissatisfaction. She is introduced as a devoted wife, always putting Michael's needs before her own. But the spark in their relationship has long extinguished. Emily spends her days in a routine that leaves her feeling hollow, grappling with the realization that her dreams and ambitions have been shelved for the sake of marital harmony. The episode unfolds on a seemingly ordinary day that quickly turns tense. Emily confronts Michael about their crumbling relationship, voicing her frustrations about his emotional distance and lack of affection. As the couple sits in their tastefully decorated living room, the air is thick with unspoken words. Michael, who is often consumed by his work and societal expectations, brushes off Emily's concerns, insisting that she is overreacting. This dismissal leaves Emily feeling even more isolated and unheard, deepening the emotional chasm between them. As the argument escalates, we see flashes of Emily's inner turmoil. Her eyes betray the pain of years spent trying to please a husband who seems more interested in his career than in nurturing their bond. Michael's insistence that everything is fine is met with Emily's growing frustration. And in this pivotal moment, she begins to question her own worth. The confrontation serves as a wake-up call for Emily, igniting a spark of defiance within her that has been dormant for far too long. She realizes that she cannot continue living in a state of denial, and the possibility of change begins to take root in her mind. That night, as Emily drifts into a restless sleep, she finds herself in a surreal dreamscape where she encounters David Seo, a charming and charismatic man who seems to embody everything she longs for. David is warm, attentive, and effortlessly connects with Emily in a way that Michael has not in years. Their interactions are laced with a playful chemistry that rekindles the passion Emily thought she had lost forever. In this dream world, David listens to her, values her opinions, and encourages her to embrace her true self. This stark contrast to her waking life illuminates the depths of Emily's loneliness and unfulfilled desires. As the dream progresses, David becomes a symbol of hope and potential, representing the life Emily yearns for, a life filled with love, support, and understanding. She shares her dreams and aspirations with him, unearthing a long-buried desire to pursue her passions. Their connection feels exhilarating, and for the first time in years, Emily experiences the joy of being truly seen and heard. The warmth of David's presence offers a fleeting escape from her reality. But as with all dreams, the moment is ephemeral. When Emily awakens, she is left with a tumultuous mix of emotions. The dream lingers in her mind, forcing her to confront the stark reality of her marriage to Michael. She feels a renewed sense of determination to reclaim her identity and desires, spurred on by her enchanting encounter with David. As she navigates her day, the memories of the dream play on repeat, amplifying her dissatisfaction with her current life. Emily's thoughts oscillate between the comforting familiarity of her marriage and the exhilarating possibilities that lie beyond it. The episode closes with Emily standing at a crossroads, symbolizing her internal struggle between the safety of her current life and the allure of a new beginning. She is at a pivotal moment, one that many can relate to, the choice between comfort and the unknown, between the past and the potential for a brighter future. The stage is set for her journey of self-discovery and empowerment, leaving readers eager to follow Emily as she explores her desires and the choices that lie ahead. In this opening episode, Marry My Husband skillfully lays the groundwork for an emotional narrative that touches on themes of love, fulfillment, and the quest for identity. Emily's story resonates with anyone who has ever felt trapped in a situation that doesn't reflect their true self, making her journey one of profound significance and the aftermath of her vivid dream encounter with David Co. Emily Hahn finds herself grappling with a whirlwind of emotions that compel her to reevaluate her life and marriage. The episode opens with Emily reflecting on the warmth and connection she felt in the dream, a stark contrast to the loneliness that has characterized her waking life with Michael Lee. As she navigates her daily routine, the memories of David linger, inspiring a newfound resolve within her to pursue happiness and authenticity. Emily begins to implement small changes in her life, seeking ways to infuse her days with a sense of purpose and joy. She takes the time to revisit hobbies she once loved but had long abandoned: painting, gardening, and reading. These activities allow her to reconnect with her true self, and each brushstroke or page turned serves as a reminder of the passion she has stifled over the years. Through these small victories, Emily discovers the power of self-care, igniting a spark of creativity and self-expression that had been buried under layers of obligation and conformity. As the days pass, Emily's mindset shifts from one of resignation to one of empowerment. She begins to assert herself more, speaking up in conversations and voicing her opinions, a marked change from the docile partner she had been. This transformation does not go unnoticed by Michael, who finds himself perplexed by Emily's newfound assertiveness. Their interactions become tinged with tension, as Michael struggles to comprehend the changes in his wife, and Emily grapples with the guilt of wanting more from their relationship. Amidst this internal evolution, Emily's friendship with David starts to blossom. Their paths cross more frequently, and each encounter further deepens their connection. David, with his attentive demeanor and genuine interest in Emily's thoughts and feelings, becomes a confidant for her unexpressed desires and frustrations. Their conversations are laden with meaning, as David encourages Emily to pursue her dreams and challenges her to consider what she truly wants from life. He represents a breath of fresh air in her stifling existence, offering a perspective that resonates with her desire for change. As they share laughs and heartfelt discussions, Emily feels invigorated by the emotional intimacy she experiences with David. He listens without judgment, allowing her to articulate feelings she has buried for so long. Each moment they share is electric, filled with unspoken chemistry that Emily finds both thrilling and terrifying. Despite her loyalty to Michael, the allure of what could be with David becomes increasingly difficult to ignore. However, the reality of her marriage looms large, and Emily knows she cannot continue to live in this duality forever. The episode takes a pivotal turn as she decides it is time to confront Michael about her feelings and desires. In a courageous moment, she prepares for a heart-to-heart conversation, hoping to articulate her frustrations and aspirations. Emily realizes that if she wants to reclaim her life, she must first lay bare her truth to the man she has shared so many years with. The confrontation occurs in the intimacy of their shared home, where years of unexpressed emotions hang heavy in the air. Emily's heart races as she approaches Michael, who is engrossed in work, oblivious to the turmoil brewing within her. Gathering her courage, she lays out her feelings, explaining how she has felt trapped in a life that no longer fulfills her. Emily expresses her desire for change, not just for herself but for the sake of their marriage. She urges Michael to reconsider his priorities, challenging him to acknowledge the emotional distance that has grown between them. Michael, taken aback by Emily's revelations, initially responds defensively, struggling to process her words. The conversation escalates into an emotional confrontation, where years of pent-up frustration and hurt spill forth. Emily fights to articulate her dreams and needs, while Michael grapples with feelings of confusion and guilt. This exchange serves as a crucial turning point, as both characters are forced to confront the reality of their relationship. The episode culminates in a moment of raw vulnerability, where Emily and Michael are faced with the possibility of change. As the dust settles, Emily feels a mix of relief and trepidation. She knows that speaking her truth was a necessary step, but the path forward remains uncertain. Will Michael be willing to meet her halfway? Can they rebuild their relationship on a foundation of honesty and mutual respect? As the episode draws to a close, Emily stands at yet another crossroads in her journey. The conversations with David have ignited a flame of hope within her. Yet her commitment to Michael complicates her emotions. The stakes are higher than ever, and the future remains shrouded in ambiguity. The second episode of Marry My Husband intricately weaves together themes of self-discovery, emotional intimacy, and the struggle for authenticity within the confines of a strained marriage. Emily's journey is one of courage and resilience, leaving readers eager to see how she navigates the challenges ahead and whether she can forge a path towards a life that truly reflects her desires. In the wake of Emily Hahn's courageous confrontation with Michael Lee, the atmosphere in their home is charged with tension and uncertainty. Episode 3 begins by delving into the aftermath of this pivotal moment, where both characters are forced to grapple with the emotional fallout of their discussion. Emily is left with a mix of relief and anxiety, hopeful that they can begin to rebuild their relationship but also fearful of what lies ahead. Michael, taken aback by Emily's honesty, finds himself at a crossroads. The confrontation has shaken him from his complacency, and he can no longer deny the growing rift between them. As the episode unfolds, we witness his struggle to process Emily's words. Initially, he is defensive, feeling cornered by her requests for change and transparency. Michael reflects on their marriage and begins to question his own priorities, realizing how much he has taken Emily for granted. This introspection marks the beginning of his journey toward understanding and potential growth. The emotional distance that once characterized their interactions is now tinged with a new complexity. Michael attempts to engage Emily in conversations, but his approach is often clumsy and filled with the remnants of his previous indifference. He tries to show he cares, but the ingrained habits of neglect make it difficult for him to express his feelings genuinely. The couple's dynamic shifts from one of routine to a more charged environment where both parties are more aware of each other's emotional needs, albeit with a long way to go. Meanwhile, Emily finds solace in her growing friendship with David Seo. As a supportive presence in her life, David becomes an anchor during this tumultuous time. His unwavering encouragement and genuine interest in her well-being provide Emily with the emotional safety she has longed for. David listens intently as she shares her feelings about her marriage, her hopes for the future, and her quest for self-discovery. Their conversations flow effortlessly, filled with laughter and understanding, creating a stark contrast to the tension Emily experiences with Michael. Through her interactions with David, Emily starts to see herself in a new light. He challenges her to embrace her passions and dreams, reminding her that she is worthy of happiness. David encourages her to pursue the art she loves, and they share moments of creativity that rejuvenate her spirit. This support helps Emily regain confidence and clarity about her desires, fostering a sense of empowerment that has been missing from her life. As Emily embarks on her journey of self-discovery, she takes concrete steps to reclaim her identity. She signs up for an art class, something she has always wanted to do but had put off for years. The excitement of expressing herself through art brings a spark back into her life. With each brushstroke, Emily reconnects with her creativity, allowing her true self to emerge from the shadows of her past. The art class serves as a therapeutic outlet, allowing her to process her emotions and explore the depths of her identity beyond being Michael's wife. However, the path of self-discovery is not without its challenges. Emily grapples with guilt over her growing feelings for David. She is acutely aware of the emotional boundaries that separate them, knowing that her friendship with David is becoming increasingly meaningful. Yet, she cannot ignore the profound connection they share, which complicates her feelings about Michael. The internal conflict between her loyalty to her husband and her desire for a deeper emotional connection with David becomes a source of turmoil for her. The episode culminates in a significant turning point as Emily confronts her feelings head-on. She acknowledges the shift in her heart and the allure of what could be with David. This realization is both exhilarating and terrifying, as it forces her to confront the reality of her marriage to Michael. Emily understands that for her to truly embrace her happiness, she must make choices that align with her newfound sense of self. As the episode draws to a close, Emily stands at yet another pivotal juncture in her life. The emotional landscape has shifted dramatically, and she is left contemplating her next steps. Will she be able to find a way to nurture her friendship with David while navigating her complicated marriage to Michael? Can she achieve a balance between her loyalty and her desire for fulfillment? The third episode of Marry My Husband intricately explores themes of emotional growth, self-acceptance, and the complexities of love. Emily's journey of self-discovery resonates with anyone who has ever faced the challenge of finding their voice amidst the noise of societal expectations and personal obligations. Readers are left eager to see how Emily continues to navigate the evolving dynamics in her relationships, as well as her path toward a life that truly reflects her desires and aspirations as the dust settles from the emotional revelations of the exhibit. Emily Hahn and Michael Lee find themselves navigating the complexities of their relationship with newfound awareness and hope. Episode 4 opens with the couple basking in the glow of a transformative evening. Yet the reality of their struggles looms larger than ever. Both are aware that this moment of connection, while significant, is merely the first step on a long journey of healing and growth. Emily feels a sense of exhilaration following the exhibit. The experience of showcasing her artwork and receiving positive feedback from peers has ignited a passion within her that she hadn't realized was dormant for so long. As she reflects on the night, her heart swells with the possibilities that lie ahead. Yet she cannot shake the underlying tension with Michael. The emotional intimacy they shared at the exhibit has opened a door, but she knows they still have a long way to go to rebuild their marriage. Meanwhile, Michael grapples with his feelings of inadequacy and guilt. Watching Emily shine in her element was a powerful awakening for him. He is struck by the realization that he has not been the supportive partner she deserves. As he contemplates his own shortcomings, Michael is determined to change. He wants to prove to Emily that he can be the husband she needs. This newfound commitment prompts him to actively seek ways to reconnect with her, demonstrating his willingness to put in the effort. As the days pass, Emily and Michael begin to communicate more openly. They share meals together, engage in deeper conversations, and Michael makes an effort to participate in Emily's newfound passion for art. He asks her about her inspirations and even expresses interest in attending another art class with her. Emily is touched by his efforts, feeling a flicker of hope that their relationship can be salvaged. However, she is also cautious, knowing that actions speak louder than words. In the midst of their attempts to reconnect, David Seo remains a significant presence in Emily's life. He continues to support her emotionally and creatively, encouraging her to embrace her artistic endeavors. Their friendship deepens, and David's understanding nature provides Emily with a safe space to express her feelings. Emily finds herself drawn to David not only as a friend but also as a source of inspiration. Their dynamic becomes increasingly complicated as she navigates her growing affection for him while trying to honor her commitment to Michael. As Emily immerses herself in her art, she begins to explore new themes and techniques. Inspired by her life experiences, she pours her emotions onto the canvas, creating pieces that reflect her journey of self-discovery. Her art class becomes a sanctuary where she can express her innermost thoughts. And her fellow artists become her support system. Emily's confidence blossoms, and she starts to envision a future where her artistic talents can flourish. The episode takes a pivotal turn when Emily is approached by a local gallery interested in showcasing her work in an upcoming exhibition. This opportunity fills her with excitement, yet it also brings a wave of anxiety. Emily is torn between the exhilaration of sharing her art with a broader audience and the fear of stepping into the spotlight. She confides in David about her concerns, and he reassures her, reminding her of the passion that drives her creativity. David's encouragement reignites her determination, pushing Emily to embrace the chance to showcase her talent. However, the prospect of the exhibition also complicates her relationship with Michael. She knows that sharing her art on such a public stage will require her to confront her insecurities and fears. As the date approaches, Emily finds herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions, oscillating between excitement and anxiety. She wonders how Michael will react to her growing independence and whether he will continue to support her aspirations. Michael, too, feels the weight of Emily's upcoming exhibition. He understands the significance of this opportunity for her and wants to be there for her. However, he also grapples with feelings of jealousy as he witnesses Emily's blossoming confidence. He fears that as she steps further into the world of art, she may drift away from him, and the thought of losing her again fills him with dread. This internal conflict prompts Michael to confront his insecurities and strive to be the supportive partner Emily needs. As the episode progresses, Emily prepares for the exhibition with a mix of excitement and trepidation. She spends hours perfecting her pieces, pouring her heart and soul into each canvas. David is by her side, offering encouragement and assistance. Their time together is filled with laughter and camaraderie. But beneath the surface, the tension between Emily's feelings for David and her commitment to Michael simmers. She is acutely aware that her bond with David is evolving, and this realization adds another layer of complexity to her emotional landscape. On the night of the exhibition, Emily arrives at the gallery, her heart racing with a combination of nerves and exhilaration. The venue is buzzing with energy, and she is surrounded by fellow artists, art enthusiasts, and friends eager to support her. As she stands before her artwork, Emily feels a wave of vulnerability wash over her. She knows that this moment is a culmination of her hard work and growth. But she cannot help but feel anxious about how Michael will respond to her success. When Michael arrives at the gallery, Emily's heart swells with anticipation. She hopes to share this significant moment with him, yet she also feels apprehensive about his reaction. Michael approaches her artwork with a mixture of pride and anxiety, observing the pieces that reflect Emily's journey. As he engages with her work, he begins to understand the depth of her emotions and the struggles she has faced. The night unfolds with moments of joy, laughter, and connection as Emily's friends celebrate her success. David remains close by her side, offering words of encouragement and admiration. Emily's confidence shines as she interacts with attendees, explaining the inspirations behind her pieces. In these moments, she feels alive and empowered, fully embracing her identity as an artist. However, as the evening progresses, the tension between Michael and David becomes palpable. While Michael is supportive of Emily's art, he struggles with the closeness she shares with David. This underlying conflict comes to a head when Michael witnesses a particularly intimate moment between Emily and David, igniting feelings of jealousy and insecurity. Michael's protective instincts kick in, and he begins to question whether he is truly enough for Emily. The episode reaches its climax when Emily delivers a heartfelt speech about her journey as an artist and the significance of this exhibition for her. In that moment, she acknowledges the importance of support, love, and friendship in her life. She expresses gratitude for both Michael and David, highlighting how each of them has contributed to her growth. This speech serves as a powerful reminder of her commitment to both men. Yet it also exposes the complexities of her emotions. As the night draws to a close, Emily finds herself in a quiet moment with Michael. The air is thick with unspoken words and lingering tension. Emily senses Michael's discomfort and realizes that he is struggling to process his emotions. In a vulnerable moment, she reaches out to him, encouraging him to share his feelings. Michael, filled with apprehension, opens up about his fears of losing her and the insecurities that have plagued him throughout their marriage. This conversation marks a turning point in their relationship, as they begin to peel back the layers of hurt and misunderstanding that have accumulated over the years. Emily listens intently, offering her understanding and reassurance. She expresses her desire for them to grow together and navigate their challenges as a team. This moment of vulnerability deepens their connection, allowing them to confront the realities of their marriage and the steps they need to take to rebuild their foundation. As they talk, the walls between them begin to crumble, revealing a glimmer of hope for their future. The episode concludes on a poignant note, leaving viewers with a sense of anticipation for what lies ahead. Emily's journey of self-discovery and her evolving relationships with Michael and David take center stage as they navigate the complexities of love, ambition, and personal growth. Each character is on a path of transformation, and the possibilities for their future are both exciting and uncertain. In this episode of Marry My Husband, the themes of vulnerability, jealousy, and the intricacies of love are explored with depth and nuance. Emily's artistic journey serves as a metaphor for her personal growth, while the dynamics between the characters reflect the challenges of navigating relationships in the face of change. As the narrative unfolds, readers are left eager to witness how Emily, Michael, and David will confront their feelings and ultimately shape their destinies in the episodes to come. As Emily stands at the crossroads of her life, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, she embodies the strength and resilience that define her journey. The episode leaves a lasting impression, reminding viewers of the transformative power of love and the courage it takes to pursue one's dreams in the face of adversity. As the narrative of Marry My Husband unfolds in episode 5, Emily Hahn continues to navigate the intricate balance between her personal aspirations and her evolving relationships with Michael Lee and David Seo. Following the emotional revelations of the exhibition, this episode delves deeper into Emily's journey of self-discovery while highlighting the complexities that arise as she seeks to forge her own identity amidst the tangled web of love and loyalty. The episode opens with Emily reflecting on the previous night's events. The success of her art exhibition has left her invigorated, yet she is acutely aware of the tensions that linger between her, Michael, and David. Michael, still grappling with feelings of jealousy and insecurity, is determined to support Emily's artistic ambitions. He makes an effort to show up for her and be involved in her life in ways he hasn't been before. However, his internal struggles manifest as awkwardness, and he often finds himself competing for Emily's attention against David's unwavering support. Emily, excited about the gallery's interest in her work, throws herself into her art, using it as an outlet for her emotions and a means of processing her experiences. She spends more time in her studio, experimenting with new techniques and themes, pouring her heart into each piece. As she paints, Emily feels a sense of liberation and empowerment, channeling her frustrations and joys into her creations. Her art becomes a reflection of her growth, embodying her struggles, desires, and the evolving dynamics in her relationships. Meanwhile, Michael decides to take a proactive approach to rekindle their romance. He surprises Emily with a weekend getaway to a nearby cabin, hoping to create an intimate space where they can reconnect without distractions. Emily is touched by the gesture, but also hesitant, as she knows that the underlying issues in their marriage still need to be addressed. Despite her reservations, she agrees to the trip, hopeful that it could provide a fresh perspective on their relationship. As they arrive at the cabin, nestled in a picturesque forest, Emily is struck by the beauty of their surroundings. The tranquility of nature offers a stark contrast to the emotional turmoil she has been feeling. Michael attempts to create a romantic atmosphere, lighting a fire and preparing a cozy dinner. While the effort is appreciated, Emily senses that they are still dancing around the real issues that need to be confronted. Their conversations are filled with small talk and pleasantries, but the deeper conversations about their feelings and expectations remain unspoken. During their time at the cabin, Emily's thoughts often drift to David. His presence in her life has sparked something within her, a realization that she deserves a relationship that nurtures her spirit. She reflects on the connection they share, acknowledging that David understands her in ways Michael hasn't for a long time. This realization weighs heavily on her, creating a tension that she struggles to articulate to Michael. Meanwhile, back in the city, David continues to support Emily from a distance. He sends her messages encouraging her to embrace her creativity and reminding her of her worth as an artist. These interactions provide Emily with a sense of comfort and validation that she craves. Yet they also complicate her feelings. David's unwavering support contrasts with Michael's struggles, leaving Emily torn between her loyalty to her husband and her growing affection for David. As the weekend progresses, Michael attempts to engage Emily in outdoor activities, hiking, fishing, and even stargazing at night. These moments are filled with laughter and nostalgia. But Emily cannot shake the feeling that they are masking the deeper issues at hand. During a quiet moment by the lake, Emily expresses her gratitude for Michael's efforts but also gently hints at the need for more substantial communication. Michael listens, but his insecurities cloud his ability to fully grasp her concerns. The pivotal moment occurs when Emily decides to take a solitary walk in the woods to clear her mind. As she walks, she reflects on her relationship with Michael and her feelings for David. In the serenity of nature, she finds clarity, recognizing that she must confront her emotions head-on. This introspection leads her to the realization that while she loves Michael, the foundation of their relationship has cracks that need addressing before they can truly move forward together. That night, Emily and Michael share a quiet dinner at the cabin, and the atmosphere is thick with tension. Emily senses that they are at a crossroads, and she knows that it is time to speak her truth. With her heart racing, she opens up about her fears, frustrations, and the importance of their emotional connection. Michael, initially defensive, begins to realize that his insecurities are affecting their relationship more than he had acknowledged. As Emily pours out her heart, she acknowledges her feelings for David, emphasizing that it is not a matter of choosing one over the other, but rather understanding what she needs from her relationship with Michael. She expresses the desire for Michael to embrace vulnerability and let go of the protective walls he has built around himself. This candid conversation opens the floodgates, allowing both characters to express their fears and desires in a way they haven't before. Michael listens, and for the first time, he begins to understand the depth of Emily's feelings. He admits his shortcomings and acknowledges that he has not been the partner she needs. This moment of vulnerability is a turning point for both of them. It creates space for healing and growth. Emily and Michael make a pact to work on their relationship together, prioritizing communication and emotional intimacy moving forward. As the episode draws to a close, Emily feels a renewed sense of hope. The weekend away has provided them with a much-needed reset, allowing them to address their challenges head-on. While there are still uncertainties ahead, both Emily and Michael are committed to nurturing their relationship, recognizing that love requires continuous effort and understanding. The final scene features Emily gazing up at the stars, reflecting on her journey of self-discovery and the complexities of love. She feels a sense of peace as she contemplates her relationships, understanding that growth often comes from facing difficult conversations. With Michael by her side, she is ready to embrace the challenges ahead, knowing that her journey of self-acceptance is just beginning. In this episode of Marry My Husband, the themes of vulnerability, communication, and the importance of emotional connection are explored with depth and sincerity. Emily's journey serves as a powerful reminder that love is not just about passion but also about understanding and support. As the narrative unfolds, viewers are left eager to see how Emily, Michael, and David will navigate the complexities of their relationships in the episodes to come. As the episode ends, Emily stands at the precipice of transformation, prepared to embrace the next chapter of her life with courage and determination. The story continues to captivate, highlighting the delicate balance between love, ambition, and the pursuit of personal happiness as each character embarks on their own journey of growth and self-discovery. In episode 6 of Marry My Husband, Emily Hahn finds herself at a pivotal crossroads as she begins to explore the newfound understanding between her and Michael Lee while grappling with her feelings for David Seo. The episode opens on a hopeful note, with Emily and Michael returning from their weekend getaway, both feeling rejuvenated after their heartfelt discussions and commitments to work on their relationship. However, the complexities of their love lives and personal aspirations loom larger than ever, creating a rich tapestry of emotions and decisions. Back at home, Emily is determined to continue her artistic journey. The inspiration she gained from the exhibition and her time at the cabin propels her to set ambitious goals for her art. She starts planning a series of new pieces that reflect her evolving self, diving deeper into themes of love, identity, and freedom. Emily's studio becomes a sanctuary where she channels her thoughts and feelings into vibrant canvases, each one telling a story of her growth and introspection. This creative outlet allows her to express her innermost thoughts and emotions, providing a sense of clarity in her life. Meanwhile, Michael is also motivated to be a better partner for Emily. He takes on more responsibilities at home, helping with chores and planning small date nights to rekindle their romance. However, he still struggles with the shadows of jealousy and insecurity that linger due to David's presence in Emily's life. Although he makes a concerted effort to show support for Emily's artistic ambitions, the thought of David's unwavering encouragement gnaws at him. Michael's internal conflict is palpable. He is torn between wanting to be the supportive husband and grappling with his fears of inadequacy. As Emily immerses herself in her art, her interactions with David remain frequent and meaningful. David continues to encourage her, pushing her to take risks and share her voice through her work. Their friendship deepens, and with every exchange, Emily finds herself more drawn to David's warmth and understanding. He sees her not just as an artist but as a person with dreams and aspirations beyond her marriage. This connection becomes increasingly complex for Emily, as she tries to balance her loyalty to Michael with her growing feelings for David. The tension heightens when Emily receives an invitation to showcase her work at a prestigious art fair. This opportunity excites her but also intensifies her internal struggle. She knows that participating in such an event will mean stepping further into the spotlight and potentially complicating her relationship with Michael. As she prepares for the art fair, Emily confides in David about her excitement and fears. David, in turn, offers unwavering support, urging her to embrace the moment and reminding her that her art deserves to be seen by a wider audience. As Emily juggles her preparations for the art fair and her evolving relationship with both Michael and David, she also faces the inevitable conversation with Michael regarding her decision to participate in the event. She senses that this conversation is crucial. It will test their commitment to each other and reveal how far they have come since their weekend getaway. When she finally broaches the subject with Michael, his initial reaction is mixed. While he expresses pride in her accomplishments, he also reveals his concerns about the exposure and pressure that come with such an opportunity. Emily listens attentively to Michael's fears and reassures him of her commitment to their marriage. She emphasizes that participating in the art fair is not just about showcasing her work but also about asserting her identity and independence. This pivotal moment forces both characters to confront their feelings and insecurities, leading to an emotional discussion about trust, support, and the nature of their relationship. Michael struggles with the realization that he must confront his jealousy and learn to support Emily's journey fully. As the day of the art fair approaches, Emily finds herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions. While she is excited about the opportunity, she cannot shake the feeling of guilt over her growing attachment to David. The dynamics of her relationships are increasingly intertwined, and she realizes that her feelings for David cannot simply be dismissed or ignored. As she prepares her pieces for the fair, she reflects on the impact both Michael and David have had on her life. And she knows that a decision must be made about what she truly wants. The episode takes a dramatic turn when Emily has a heartfelt conversation with David just before the art fair. They discuss her artistic journey, and in that moment, Emily is confronted with the depth of her feelings for him. David expresses his admiration for her talent and his desire to see her succeed. But he also gently reminds her that she must be true to herself and her heart. This conversation serves as a catalyst for Emily, forcing her to confront the realities of her relationships and the choices she needs to make moving forward. On the day of the art fair, Emily is a bundle of nerves and excitement. The venue is filled with fellow artists, patrons, and supporters eager to witness her talent. As she sets up her pieces, she feels a rush of adrenaline and fear, knowing that this moment is a culmination of her hard work. Michael is there, supporting her from the sidelines, but Emily can sense his anxiety as he navigates the event. She also catches glimpses of David mingling with guests, offering encouragement and admiration from afar. As the fair unfolds, Emily's confidence begins to build. She engages with attendees, sharing the stories behind her artwork and receiving positive feedback. The energy in the room is electric, and she feels the validation she has longed for as an artist. However, the tension between Michael and David simmers beneath the surface. as both men grapple with their feelings for Emily and the implications of her success. Michael's jealousy flares as he sees David interacting with Emily, and this leads to an unspoken competition that threatens to disrupt the celebratory atmosphere. In a pivotal moment during the fair, Emily is approached by an influential art critic who shows genuine interest in her work. The critic praises her unique style and expresses a desire to collaborate on future projects. This unexpected recognition sends Emily into a whirlwind of excitement and fear, highlighting the potential for her career to take off. However, it also amplifies the stakes in her relationships with both Michael and David. She realizes that this recognition may change the dynamics of her personal life in ways she never anticipated. As the episode reaches its climax, the tension among the three characters comes to a head. Michael confronts David about his intentions regarding Emily, demanding to know where he stands. This confrontation forces Emily to reevaluate her feelings for both men and the direction of her life. The air is thick with unspoken words and unresolved emotions, as the three of them stand at a critical juncture that could change their relationships forever. The episode ends on a cliffhanger, leaving viewers eager to see how Emily will navigate the complexities of her feelings and the choices she must make. Will she choose to embrace her independence and pursue her artistic dreams, potentially at the cost of her marriage? Or will she find a way to reconcile her love for both Michael and David, forging a new path that honors her heart? The intricacies of love, ambition, and self-discovery take center stage as Emily stands at the crossroads of her life, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. In episode 6 of Marry My Husband, the themes of ambition, jealousy, and the pursuit of identity are explored with depth and sensitivity. Emily's artistic journey continues to serve as a metaphor for her personal growth, while the dynamics between her, Michael, and David become increasingly complicated. As the narrative unfolds, viewers are left in suspense, eager to witness the next chapter of Emily's story and how it will shape her relationships and her future. In episode 7 of Marry My Husband, Emily Hahn finds herself at a crossroads, navigating her evolving feelings for Michael Lee and David Seo amid the whirlwind of her burgeoning art career. Following the revelations and confrontations of the previous episode, Emily is determined to assert her independence while maintaining the delicate balance between her marriage and her growing bond with David. The episode opens with Emily reflecting on the aftermath of the art fair. The recognition she received from the influential critic has opened doors for her, sparking excitement about her future as an artist. However, the pressure of her newfound success begins to weigh heavily on her. As she juggles the demands of her artistic aspirations, Emily feels the strain of her relationships, particularly with Michael, who is still grappling with his insecurities and jealousy over David's influence in her life. Michael, recognizing the need for open communication, attempts to bridge the emotional gap between them. He expresses his pride in Emily's accomplishments but struggles to hide his discomfort as he watches her navigate her success. The juxtaposition of his admiration for her talent and his fears of inadequacy creates a palpable tension. Michael resolves to be more supportive, but his jealousy often manifests in subtle, unintentional ways that Emily senses, further complicating their interactions. As Emily immerses herself in her art, she finds solace in her studio, where she can channel her emotions and creativity. However, the more time she spends with David, the more conflicted she becomes. Their friendship deepens, filled with laughter and shared passion for art, but it also heightens her feelings of guilt towards Michael. Emily begins to confront the reality that her relationship with David is evolving into something more significant, and she wrestles with the implications of those feelings. Amidst this internal struggle, Emily receives a call from the gallery that showcased her work at the art fair. They invite her to participate in an upcoming group exhibition, an opportunity that thrills her but also amplifies her anxieties about public scrutiny. She confides in David, who encourages her to embrace the moment and reminds her that her art deserves to be seen. His unwavering support fuels her confidence, and she feels a sense of clarity about her artistic path. As the group exhibition approaches, Emily dedicates herself to creating new pieces that reflect her emotional journey. She draws inspiration from her experiences, weaving her personal narrative into her art. The studio becomes a sanctuary where she explores her identity, but the lingering presence of both Michael and David complicates her creative process. She often finds herself lost in thought about how to navigate the two relationships without losing herself in the process. Michael, eager to be more involved in Emily's artistic endeavors, surprises her by offering to help set up her exhibition. He hopes that by being part of her journey, they can strengthen their bond. However, Emily's mixed feelings about David's role in her life make it difficult for her to fully embrace Michael's gesture. She appreciates his efforts but also feels the weight of her connection with David, which lingers in the background. The day of the exhibition arrives, and Emily is a bundle of nerves as she prepares to showcase her work. The venue buzzes with excitement, filled with artists, art enthusiasts, and potential buyers. As she sets up her pieces, she can't shake the feeling of pressure. This is not just an exhibition but a significant moment that could define her career and impact her relationships. Michael stands by her side, offering support, but his underlying anxiety is palpable, and Emily is acutely aware of the tension between them. As the exhibition begins, Emily engages with attendees, sharing the stories behind her artwork. She feels a rush of adrenaline as people admire her pieces and provide positive feedback. However, the atmosphere shifts when David arrives at the venue, bringing with him an air of charisma and charm. Emily's heart races as she sees him interacting with guests, his admiration for her work evident in his enthusiasm. Michael's demeanor changes instantly, the tension between him and David escalating as they share knowing glances and unspoken words. During a pivotal moment at the exhibition, David approaches Emily with genuine admiration. He praises her talent and expresses how proud he is of her accomplishments. Their chemistry is undeniable, and Emily feels the pull between them intensifying. Meanwhile, Michael observes from a distance, battling his insecurities as he watches the interaction unfold. The competition for Emily's attention becomes increasingly apparent, and the air is thick with unspoken tension. As the evening progresses, a group of art critics gathers around Emily, showering her with compliments and discussing potential collaborations. The excitement fills her with joy, but Michael's unease grows as he sees Emily thriving in the spotlight. A spotlight he feels increasingly distanced from. The contrast between Emily's elation and Michael's discomfort creates a chasm that threatens to disrupt their fragile progress. In a crucial moment, Michael confronts Emily about her feelings for David. He expresses his concerns about their friendship and the impact it may have on their marriage. Emily, feeling cornered, realizes she must articulate her feelings honestly. She tells Michael that while she values their marriage, her connection with David has become an important part of her journey, challenging both of them to confront the complexities of their love. This confrontation leads to an emotional dialogue between Emily and Michael, where they delve into the heart of their relationship. Emily expresses her fears about losing herself in the marriage and the importance of her individuality. Michael listens, grappling with the reality that he must confront his jealousy and trust Emily's ability to navigate her feelings. This raw, vulnerable exchange lays bare the realities of their marriage and the changes needed for them to move forward together. As the exhibition draws to a close, the atmosphere shifts once more. Emily finds herself standing between Michael and David, both men embodying different aspects of her life. The tension is palpable as she contemplates the weight of her decisions. The episode ends with Emily at a literal and metaphorical crossroads, the paths diverging before her. She realizes that the choices she makes will shape not only her career but also her heart. In this gripping episode of Marry My Husband, the themes of ambition, jealousy, love, and self-discovery intertwine with intensity. Emily's artistic journey serves as a reflection of her internal struggle as she balances her marriage to Michael and her burgeoning feelings for David. As the narrative unfolds, viewers are left on the edge of their seats, eager to see how Emily will navigate the complexities of her heart and the consequences of her choices in the episodes to come. Emily stands at a crucial juncture, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, she prepares to face the realities of her relationships and the pursuit of her artistic dreams. The story captivates, highlighting the delicate balance between love, ambition, and the pursuit of personal happiness as each character embarks on their journey of growth and self-discovery in Episode 8 of Marry My Husband. The emotional stakes rise as Emily Hahn grapples with the consequences of her choices amidst her evolving relationships with Michael Lee and David Seo. After the tumultuous events of the exhibition, Emily stands at a critical juncture, forced to confront her feelings and the impact of her decisions on her marriage and her artistic career. The episode opens with Emily reflecting on the tension that lingers between her and Michael as they process their recent confrontation about her friendship with David. The episode begins with Emily waking up the day after the exhibition, her mind swirling with thoughts about her relationships. Michael is beside her, yet an emotional distance remains palpable. She feels a mix of relief from the successful exhibition and anxiety over the unresolved issues between them. Michael's expressions during the exhibition have left her feeling unsettled. She knows he is struggling with jealousy but is also committed to finding a path forward together. As Emily prepares breakfast, she senses the tension in the air. Michael enters the kitchen, and they exchange awkward pleasantries. Their conversation feels stilted, lacking the warmth they once shared. Emily is determined to bridge this gap, but she is unsure how to approach the topic of David without further igniting Michael's insecurities. During breakfast, she decides to break the ice, suggesting they spend the day together to reconnect. Michael reluctantly agrees, but the air is thick with unspoken words. They decide to visit a local art fair, where Emily hopes to find inspiration and perhaps a way to rekindle their romance. As they walk through the fair, Emily tries to engage Michael in conversations about her art and their future. But he seems preoccupied, his thoughts lingering on the potential threat that David poses to their marriage. At the fair, Emily is excited to see various artists and their work, and she hopes this environment will help Michael embrace her passion for art. However, Michael's discomfort becomes evident when he sees David at the fair, interacting with other artists and admiring their work. Emily notices Michael tense up, and her heart sinks as she realizes that David's presence is overshadowing their day together. In an attempt to defuse the situation, Emily suggests they approach David, who is chatting with some fellow artists. As they approach, Emily tries to maintain a light-hearted demeanor, but she can feel Michael's body tense beside her. David greets them with a warm smile, complimenting Emily on her success at the exhibition. His genuine admiration for her work is apparent, and Emily feels a swell of pride but also the weight of Michael's simmering jealousy. The conversation quickly becomes strained as Michael's unease grows. David, unaware of the tension, shares his thoughts on the art fair, expressing his excitement about the local talent on display. Emily tries to steer the conversation towards her new projects, eager to include Michael in her artistic world. However, Michael's responses are curt, revealing his discomfort with David's presence and the bond he shares with Emily. Feeling the tension escalate, Emily decides to pull Michael aside for a moment, hoping to ease his discomfort. She gently asks him about his feelings and reassures him that her friendship with David does not diminish her love for him. Michael struggles to articulate his feelings, his insecurities bubbling to the surface as he admits that he fears losing Emily to someone who seems to understand her better than he does. Emily takes a deep breath, realizing how deeply Michael's fears affect their relationship. She reassures him of her commitment, reminding him that her artistic journey is about self-exploration and that she values their relationship above all else. She encourages him to trust her and to understand that she needs space to grow as an artist, not as a way to distance herself from him. After their conversation, Emily feels a renewed determination to address the issues in their marriage. She realizes that while her relationship with David is important, it is crucial for her to prioritize her connection with Michael. As they continue to navigate the fair, Emily's resolve strengthens, and she looks for opportunities to show Michael that he is her partner in this journey, not just a bystander. Later in the day, Emily and Michael take a break and sit on a bench overlooking the fair. Emily suggests they discuss how they can support each other better moving forward. Michael listens, his expression softening as he begins to understand the importance of open communication. They agree to set aside time each week to discuss their feelings, ambitions, and fears. This commitment to transparency marks a significant step forward for their relationship, and Emily feels a wave of hope wash over her. As they leave the fair, Michael surprises Emily by suggesting they visit a local art studio together, where they can take a painting class. Emily is taken aback but thrilled at the idea. She sees this as an opportunity for them to bond over art and create new memories together. The spontaneity of the suggestion makes her heart flutter, and she feels grateful that Michael is making an effort to engage in her world. At the art studio, they are greeted by an enthusiastic instructor who encourages them to explore their creativity freely. Emily feels a sense of excitement as she picks up a brush and begins to paint alongside Michael. The class allows them to let go of their worries and reconnect in a way that feels refreshing and genuine. They laugh and tease each other as they experiment with colors. And for the first time in a while, the tension between them begins to dissipate. However, as the class progresses, Emily's thoughts drift to David. She wonders how he is doing and what he might think of her day with Michael. This lingering thought creates a subtle tension within her, as she grapples with her feelings for both men. Although she is enjoying her time with Michael, her connection with David remains strong in her heart. Emily realizes that she cannot fully move on from her feelings for David without addressing them directly. The episode shifts as Emily receives a text from David, wishing her luck at the art fair and asking how her day is going. Her heart skips a beat as she reads his words, a mix of joy and guilt flooding her senses. She quickly responds, thanking him for his support but feeling the weight of her emotions as she contemplates her next steps. Emily knows she must find a way to reconcile her feelings for David while honoring her commitment to Michael. As the class concludes, Emily and Michael leave the studio feeling lighter and more connected. The experience has rekindled their bond, and Emily feels grateful for the time they spent together. However, the inner turmoil of her feelings remains unresolved, and she knows that she must confront David and communicate her feelings honestly to move forward. Later that evening, Emily sits down with her sketchbook, pouring her thoughts and emotions into her artwork. She paints with fervor, each stroke reflecting her inner conflict and desire for clarity. As she creates, she realizes that art is not just a means of self-expression but also a way for her to process her feelings for both Michael and David. The canvas becomes a reflection of her journey, and with each piece, she inches closer to understanding her heart's true desire. In the final scenes of the episode, Emily reaches out to David, asking if they can meet to talk. She knows that this conversation is necessary for her to find closure and clarity regarding her feelings. As she waits for his response, her heart races with anticipation and fear. The episode ends on a cliffhanger, leaving viewers eager to see how Emily will navigate the complexities of her emotions and the choices she must make moving forward. In episode 8 of Marry My Husband, the themes of love, ambition, jealousy, and self-discovery intertwine with emotional depth. Emily's journey as an artist serves as a backdrop for her internal struggles as she balances her marriage to Michael and her growing feelings for David. The episode captures the delicate dance of emotions and the importance of communication in relationships, setting the stage for the pivotal conversations and decisions that lie ahead. Emily stands at a crucial juncture, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that await her. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, she prepares to confront her feelings and determine the direction of her life and relationships. The story continues to captivate, highlighting the delicate balance between love, ambition, and personal happiness as Emily embarks on her journey of growth and self-discovery. Episode 9, Confrontation and Clarity. The episodes begin with Emily feeling the weight of her decision to meet David for a heart-to-heart discussion about her feelings. As she waits at their designated cafe, her heart races with a mix of excitement and anxiety. When David arrives, he greets her with his usual warmth, but Emily senses an undercurrent of tension. They order coffee, and as they sit down, Emily realizes that this conversation could change everything. David starts by expressing how proud he is of Emily's growth as an artist. But as they talk, the atmosphere shifts. Emily feels compelled to articulate her feelings for him, acknowledging that their friendship has evolved into something deeper. David listens intently, his expression shifting from admiration to concern as Emily explains the complexities of her relationship with Michael. Episode 13, A New Beginning. As the story begins in episode 13, Emily feels a renewed sense of purpose after her heartfelt conversation with Michael. Determined to solidify their commitment to each other, she focuses on her upcoming exhibition, using her art as a way to channel her emotions and reinforce her identity. The air is filled with optimism, and she feels empowered to embrace her artistic journey alongside Michael. However, the piece is short-lived as David reaches out to Emily, requesting to meet. A mix of apprehension and excitement fills her as she contemplates their meeting. David has been a significant part of her life, and while she is committed to making things work with Michael, Her connection with David still lingers in her heart. During their meeting, David expresses his admiration for Emily's recent work and shares his feelings about their friendship. He respects her relationship with Michael but also admits that he cannot fully let go of his feelings for her. Emily listens carefully, feeling the weight of his words and the truth in his emotions. It becomes clear that David's feelings are genuine and that their bond has grown beyond mere friendship. Emily finds herself at a crossroads as David's heartfelt confession forces her to confront her own feelings. She acknowledges that her feelings for David are complex, but she reassures him that she is committed to Michael. David respects her decision, but their conversation leaves Emily even more conflicted as she grapples with the emotions stirred up by their encounter. Episode 14. The Heart's Conflict. In episode 14, the aftermath of Emily's meeting with David weighs heavily on her. She returns home to Michael, who is eagerly preparing for their upcoming exhibition. Michael is excited and hopeful, but Emily can't shake the unease she feels inside. She worries about how to balance her relationship with Michael while still navigating her feelings for David. As they prepare for the exhibition, Emily finds herself distracted. She wants to support Michael and be the partner he deserves, but the tension from her unresolved feelings for David creates a rift. During their preparations, Michael senses Emily's distraction and tries to draw her out of her head. He encourages her to share her thoughts and feelings, but Emily hesitates, fearing that revealing her internal conflict could jeopardize their progress. The day of the exhibition arrives, and excitement fills the air. Emily and Michael set up their artworks, and the atmosphere buzzes with anticipation. The event becomes a showcase of Emily's growth as an artist, and she feels a sense of pride in her work. However, the presence of David at the exhibition looms over her, creating an emotional tug-of-war in her heart. When David arrives at the exhibition, he is immediately drawn to Emily's artwork. He approaches her, offering genuine compliments and encouragement, and Emily feels a rush of warmth. Their chemistry is undeniable, but Emily is acutely aware of Michael watching them from a distance, and she can see the flicker of jealousy in his eyes. This moment becomes a reminder of the unresolved tension between her heart and her commitments. As the night unfolds, the atmosphere shifts. Emily navigates conversations with guests, while Michael tries to engage her in discussions about their future. Despite the celebration, the emotional turmoil in Emily's heart is evident, leading her to question her choices and the path she wants to take. Episode 15. Choices Made. Episode 15 begins with the aftermath of the exhibition, and Emily finds herself reflecting on the choices she has made. The success of the event is bittersweet as she contemplates her relationship with Michael and her connection with David. Despite the joy of her artistic achievements, Emily is left feeling more conflicted than ever. Michael is thrilled with the exhibition's success and expresses his desire to plan a romantic getaway for the two of them. He wants to celebrate not just their marriage, but also Emily's growth as an artist. While Emily appreciates Michael's efforts, she feels the weight of her unresolved feelings for David pressing on her heart. She knows that a getaway might provide them with an opportunity to reconnect, but she also fears the conversation that will inevitably arise about her feelings. Meanwhile, David, aware of the exhibition's impact, reaches out to Emily again, inviting her to a gallery opening featuring emerging artists. He hopes to share this experience with her and offer her continued support. Emily is torn between wanting to attend the opening, which represents her artistic community, and the guilt of spending time with David when she knows it might affect her marriage to Michael. In a moment of vulnerability, Emily confides in her closest friend about her feelings for both men. Her friend encourages her to follow her heart, but Emily feels caught between her love for Michael and her growing affection for David. The internal conflict intensifies, and Emily realizes that she must confront her feelings directly to move forward. Later, Emily decides to attend the gallery opening with David. As they explore the new artwork together, Emily feels a sense of freedom and excitement. David's passion for art is infectious, and he makes her feel alive in a way that she hasn't felt in a long time. They share laughter and meaningful conversations, and Emily can't help but feel the spark between them reigniting. However, as the night progresses, Emily is struck with guilt, realizing that spending time with David while she is still married to Michael feels wrong. She decides to reach out to Michael, wanting to be honest with him about her evening and her feelings. Emily prepares herself for the difficult conversation, knowing that she must be truthful about her experiences and emotions. Episode 16. Truth and Resolution. In Episode 16, the tension reaches a breaking point as Emily returns home after the gallery opening. Michael is waiting for her, his expression a mix of concern and curiosity. Emily can sense the tension in the air and realizes that they need to have a serious discussion about their relationship. Taking a deep breath, she prepares to confront the feelings she has been grappling with for so long. As they sit down together, Emily chooses her words carefully. She recounts her evening with David, sharing her excitement about the art and the connection she feels with him. Michael listens, his expression shifting from curiosity to hurt as he realizes the depth of Emily's feelings. Emily tries to reassure him of her love, but Michael's jealousy begins to surface once again. The conversation escalates as emotions run high. Michael expresses his fear of losing Emily and the frustration he feels about her connection with David. Emily tries to explain that her friendship with David is important to her artistic journey. But she also reassures Michael that her commitment to him remains strong. However, she cannot deny the complexity of her feelings for David, and this revelation hits Michael hard. In a moment of vulnerability, Emily lays her heart bare, acknowledging that she feels torn between two worlds. She loves Michael deeply but cannot ignore the powerful connection she shares with David. This honesty creates a space for Michael to express his own insecurities. And they share a raw, emotional exchange about their fears, dreams, and desires. As they talk, the air shifts from tension to understanding. Michael begins to see the importance of Emily's artistic journey and recognizes that he must support her growth, even if it means confronting his own insecurities. Emily emphasizes the importance of trust in their relationship and expresses her desire to work through their challenges together. The episode culminates in a heartfelt moment of resolution as they agree to move forward with open communication and a renewed commitment to each other. Emily realizes that she must find a way to navigate her feelings for David while honoring her commitment to Michael. They embrace, ready to face the uncertainties of their future together. In these 4 episodes, the themes of love, ambition, jealousy, and self-discovery intertwine, creating a rich narrative tapestry. Emily's journey through her emotions, relationships, and artistic aspirations is filled with depth and complexity, resonating with anyone who has ever faced difficult choices in love. The evolution of her character and her relationships with Michael and David captivate audiences, leaving them eager for the next chapter in her journey. Through heart-wrenching confrontations and moments of vulnerability, the narrative captures the intricacies of love and the importance of self-identity. As Emily embraces her artistic path and navigates the complexities of her feelings for both Michael and David, viewers are left at the edge of their seats, anticipating how these relationships will continue to evolve. The conversation takes a serious turn when David admits that he has developed strong feelings for Emily, and he has been waiting for the right moment to confess. This revelation sends a rush of emotions through Emily. She is both thrilled and terrified. David's honesty forces her to confront her own feelings and the reality that she is at a crossroads in her life. Emily expresses her confusion and the love she still has for Michael. But she also acknowledges the undeniable chemistry between her and David. As they talk, the bond between them deepens. But so does the conflict within Emily. She realizes that she cannot ignore her feelings for either man, but she must make a choice about the path she wants to take. Their conversation ends with a promise to be honest with each other moving forward. But Emily leaves feeling even more conflicted than before. Episode 10. The Weight of Choices. In Episode 10, the tension escalates as Emily returns home to Michael, who is excited to hear about her day. Emily puts on a brave face, but inside, she feels the burden of her conversation with David weighing heavily on her heart. She and Michael share a meal together, but the atmosphere is thick with unspoken words. Emily struggles to keep her emotions in check, fearing that Michael can sense her internal turmoil. The following day, Michael surprises Emily with a romantic evening planned at a local restaurant. He hopes to celebrate their marriage and their recent commitment to improving their relationship. While Emily appreciates his efforts, she feels a rising sense of anxiety. As they enjoy their meal, Michael expresses how proud he is of her recent success and how he wants to support her artistic journey. However, Emily senses the underlying tension that his jealousy has created. During dinner, as Michael leans in to compliment her artwork, the conversation takes a sharp turn. Emily feels a rush of emotions and decides it's time to confront the elephant in the room. She shares her concerns about David, revealing her struggle to balance her friendship with David and her marriage to Michael. The atmosphere shifts dramatically, Michael's expression darkens, and Emily can see the hurt in his eyes. The conversation quickly escalates into an argument as Michael's insecurities surface. He questions Emily's loyalty and the depth of her feelings for David. Emily tries to explain that her relationship with David is about friendship and support. But Michael's jealousy clouds his judgment. Their discussion spirals into accusations and hurtful words, pushing them to the brink of a breaking point. The confrontation culminates in a raw and emotional exchange, where Emily finally lays bare her feelings about both men. She admits that she loves Michael but acknowledges that her connection with David is profound and cannot be ignored. This revelation sends Michael into a tailspin of emotions, and he storms out of the restaurant, leaving Emily feeling devastated and alone. As she watches Michael leave, Emily feels a surge of despair. She knows that the words spoken cannot be taken back, and the fracture in their relationship has widened. Alone in the restaurant, she grapples with feelings of guilt, regret, and the realization that she must confront her emotions head-on to move forward. Episode 11. Breaking Point. In Episode 11, the emotional intensity reaches its peak. Emily's heart is torn between the two men in her life, and the pressure of her impending decisions becomes unbearable. After spending time with David, she returns home to Michael, who is visibly eager to hear about her day. The cheerful atmosphere only amplifies Emily's guilt, and she struggles to maintain a facade of normalcy. The next day, Michael surprises Emily with a romantic evening planned at a local restaurant. He hopes to celebrate their marriage and their recent commitment to improving their relationship. While Emily appreciates his efforts, she feels a rising sense of anxiety. As they enjoy their meal, Michael expresses how proud he is of her recent success and how he wants to support her artistic journey. However, Emily senses the underlying tension that his jealousy has created. During dinner, as Michael leans in to compliment her artwork, the conversation takes a sharp turn. Emily feels a rush of emotions and decides it's time to confront the elephant in the room. She shares her concerns about David, revealing her struggle to balance her friendship with David and her marriage to Michael. The atmosphere shifts dramatically, Michael's expression darkens, and Emily can see the hurt in his eyes. The conversation quickly escalates into an argument as Michael's insecurities surface. He questions Emily's loyalty and the depth of her feelings for David. Emily tries to explain that her relationship with David is about friendship and support. But Michael's jealousy clouds his judgment. Their discussion spirals into accusations and hurtful words, pushing them to the brink of a breaking point. The confrontation culminates in a raw and emotional exchange, where Emily finally lays bare her feelings about both men. She admits that she loves Michael but acknowledges that her connection with David is profound and cannot be ignored. This revelation sends Michael into a tailspin of emotions, and he storms out of the restaurant, leaving Emily feeling devastated and alone. As she watches Michael leave, Emily feels a surge of despair. She knows that the words spoken cannot be taken back, and the fracture in their relationship has widened. Alone in the restaurant, she grapples with feelings of guilt, regret, and the realization that she must confront her emotions head-on to move forward. Episode 12. Choices and Consequences. In Episode 12, the fallout from the confrontation weighs heavily on Emily. She spends the night replaying the argument in her mind, feeling the pain of her words and the uncertainty of their future. The next day, she decides to reach out to Michael, hoping to talk things through and find a way to heal the rift between them. However, her attempts to contact him go unanswered, leaving her feeling increasingly anxious about their relationship. With the group exhibition approaching, Emily immerses herself in her art as a way to cope with her emotions. She works tirelessly, pouring her heart into her pieces, hoping that the creative process will bring her some clarity. However, her thoughts constantly drift back to Michael and David, creating a sense of chaos within her. She realizes that her heart is in conflict, and she must make a decision about her future. Finally, Michael reaches out to Emily, agreeing to meet and talk. As she prepares for their conversation, Emily feels a mix of hope and fear. She knows that this discussion could determine the fate of their marriage and her relationship with David. When they meet, the tension in the air is palpable, but both are determined to communicate honestly. During their conversation, Emily and Michael take turns expressing their feelings, fears, and desires. Michael admits his jealousy and insecurities but also reveals his deep love for Emily. He asks her what she truly wants, and in that moment, Emily realizes that she must confront her feelings honestly. She acknowledges her love for Michael and the bond they share, but she also admits the complexity of her feelings for David. This candid exchange allows both of them to let go of their hurt and frustration. Paving the way for a deeper understanding, Emily makes it clear that her journey as an artist is not just a career choice but a crucial part of her identity. Michael, in turn, commits to supporting her artistic aspirations and addressing his jealousy head-on. The episode culminates in a moment of reconciliation as they agree to work on their relationship together. Prioritizing communication and emotional intimacy, they acknowledge the challenges that lie ahead but express a renewed commitment to each other. With a sense of hope, they embrace, ready to face the uncertainties of their future together. As the episode closes, Emily stands at the precipice of change. With her relationships clarified and her heart aligned, she feels a sense of empowerment. She understands that she must navigate her feelings for David while honoring her commitment to Michael. The story leaves viewers eager to see how Emily will continue to evolve as an artist and a woman torn between love and self-discovery. In these 4 episodes, the themes of love, ambition, jealousy, and self-discovery intertwine, creating a rich narrative tapestry. Emily's journey through her emotions, relationships, and artistic aspirations is filled with depth and complexity, resonating with anyone who has ever faced difficult choices in love. The evolution of her character and her relationships with Michael and David captivate audiences, leaving them eager for the next chapter in her journey.